Jersey Boys tells the story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Our next guest spent 479 shows in the shoes of Tommy DeVito, and his journey of becoming a Jersey Boy is laid out in the pages of Places, Please. Actor Daniel Sullivan joins us this morning. And Daniel, looking at that brings a smile to your face.
It sure
looking
does.
Looking at the performance.
It sure does.
So many good times.
Incredible times, and I have to tell you, looking at the book cover brings a smile to my face because I've been desperate to share this story that I find to be so inspirational, and I haven't actually held a copy of the book yet because it releases tomorrow.
To hand it to you. See what it feels like.
Oh my!
Look at your name on the cover.
I don't know. What do you think? Is it which is better?
You're much better looking in person.
I love it.
I just have to say that.
Thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
It's great to have you here, and just a little bit about your story, because the first chapter is entitled 2 Years of Audition. So for everybody who thinks, oh, overnight success, not so much. You worked hard.
Not so much. What I love about telling the story is I am a very run-of-the-mill average actor, a working one, but an average one. And this was, for all intents and purposes, my big break, and it happened here in Toronto. 2 years of auditions. That's maybe 13 or 14 visits to sing for them, to dance for them, to play guitar for them. And each time, I was never sure if they would call me back again. And finally, after 2 years, they did, and I landed here in Toronto for almost 2 years performing. It was a dream come true. I consider it an inspirational dream for anybody who's out there who's interested in theater, interested in acting. And it also was a bit of a love story, frankly, because I'm one of those people who has to work away from home. I spent 2 years in Toronto, but I live in New York, and my family is there. So I commuted back and forth. So you find that in the book, too.
Yeah, no, it's all there. You also say that you're a terrible dancer, right? But off the top, there's a lot of dancing in this role because you have to have the choreography down with the music.
I love that you have to point that out on national television, that I'm a terrible dancer.
I was going to tell you to get up and bust a move.
My wife is backstage. She's probably laughing hysterically right now. Yes, I have never been a graceful person, but I did work very hard, and I document all of that in the book. I mean, literally, I was learning Jersey Boys moves off of YouTube in my apartment in New York City in an effort to do better and get into this role.
You know, it was great. I saw this show, I told you, I think 3-4 times. And through each number, I think, and they sang that too?
Yeah.
And they sang that. I couldn't believe the number of songs that Frankie Valli, of course, sang, and I had no clue. Well, I guess I did, but you just don't realize the catalog until you see the show and realize how many, and these are iconic songs.
Yeah, without a doubt, the Four Seasons is one of the greatest American rock and roll bands ever, if not the greatest. They had so many #1 hits, it's impossible to count them. And Jersey Boys tells that story. Jersey Boys, I should mention, is playing in Western Canada over the next few months, so be sure to check it out. It's the greatest musical there is. And singing those songs every night, I mean, literally standing ovations every single night. When you sing those songs, you can't help but get that kind of reaction. They were always a favorite band of mine, the Four Seasons, and so getting to sing their stuff was incredible for me.
What was it like that 479th time? You know, walking on stage, you've been doing this day in and day out, and then it coming to an end.
It was an incredible and emotional experience. When Jersey Boys closed here in Toronto, it was emotional for us because we had been a part of it, but also for the crowds who, like you said, kept coming back and coming back. I will never forget, the greatest performance experience of my life was that last performance here in Toronto. From the second we walked out on stage, the audience did not stop yelling. So much so that the show was something like 10 minutes longer that night. It was hard to get through it because we were all so emotional, and the audience was right there with us. It was literally the culmination of a dream come true for me. I wanted to be an actor in a Broadway musical since I was in the 5th grade, quite literally. I played a tin soldier on stage, and I was hooked. And that night, the final night in Toronto, was the culminating event.
Well, here's to the next adventure.
Thank you so much.
Jersey Boys are on stage right now at the Providence Performing Arts Center through the weekend. But as you sit down to watch the show, stop to think about what it takes for the actors to finally make it onto the stage. Rhode Island native Daniel Robert Sullivan knows what it's like, and he takes readers through the roller coaster ride of the theater in his new book, Places, Please, Becoming a Jersey Boy. and he joins us this morning to tell us all about it. Good morning.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming in. Now, you play the character Tommy DeVito.
That's right.
And, you know, it's a production that has taken you around the world. And was acting something that you always wanted to do? What was it like to leave the Ocean State to pursue
Yeah, that's
this?
great. I was born in Newport, and I went to school in Wakefield. I went to URI. That's where I discovered my love for theater and acting.
I'm a URI grad myself.
Terrific. Rhode Island born and Rhode Island bred,
got
right?
it.
So I went to New York to pursue Broadway dreams. And this book, Places Please, tells that story about what it was like to finally get, for all intents and purposes, my big break performing in Jersey Boys. Tommy DeVito is a tough guy kind of role, so I had to get that. I had to get rid of my Newport background as I discovered what it's like to be real Jersey.
Yeah.
You know, Jersey people don't hang out in loafers and go on sailboat rides like I was trying to do when I was in Newport.
Very different life. Now, as you outlined in the book, it's really not an easy transition to make it onto the stage,
No,
correct?
it isn't. That's why I'm so excited to tell this story. Broadway is what I wanted to do since I was a kid. It's a dream, and lots of kids have that dream. This tells what it's like in the real world to pursue that dream. For example, this show, to get into Jersey Boys, it took me 2 years of auditions. That's about 13, 14, 15 visits to audition for the casting team. I had to sing before Frankie Valli himself, before Bob Gaudio, one of the original Four Seasons himself. I had to learn how to dance a bit better than I do now. In fact, during the audition process, I used to learn Jersey Boys moves from YouTube because I was not the best dancer. You know, I've been trained as a singer and trained as an actor, but frankly, dancing is a little bit a skill set I don't have. So I document that all. 2 years of auditions to finally achieve what was not only my big break, but literally the fulfillment of a dream I've had since I was a kid.
So not only was making it on the stage your dream, but then you decided to write this book. Why?
Well, I wanted to inspire people. That's the thing. And I love so much that I'm here to speak about this locally because this is where my dream started. There are thousands and thousands of students of theater out there who have gotten the Glee bug, the American Idol bug, and they want to be famous. Maybe they want to be famous, but what's more, they want to be on stage just singing a song, telling a story in the theatrical way. And boy, because it was my dream, and because now I know a little bit about what it takes to get there and how hard it can be, I wanted to tell people that you can do it. That's the theme of the book. If you work hard, you will find your dream role.
Yes. Now, we may have some young viewers right now who want to go out and be on stage. What advice might you have for them?
Work hard and never stop. For In Places Please, I talk about how many times somebody else was chosen for the role that I wanted. Even though I had 2 years of auditions for this show, twice I was passed over for the role I would eventually get. If I had given up those 2 times when I was passed over, I never would have gotten to where I am now. Wow. I was a very average actor. I still am, but this was the this was the pinnacle. This was the top.
And where can people purchase your book?
Well, I like to promote the publisher, Iguana Books, because they are a small, artsy publisher who's been very good to me. But it's also available in all the normal places, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, etc.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
It's been a real pleasure. Thanks so much.
And congratulations with your book.
Thank you.
For the book, Places Please, Becoming a Jersey Boy, it's available now. And for information, you can head to our website, WPRI.com.